So you can start. So providing value is going over the entire process with the client. But here's some things you can do in the digital space. In the digital space, I should have made another slide. I want you to consider using LinkedIn for blogging. If you were in the ChatGPT Express class today, I think it was only Carla, I talked about blogging, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. So you can start to write blogs around maybe your listings. You can write blogs around what you do as a real estate agent, showcase what you do on the blog, and then you can add images all on LinkedIn using ChatGPT. Social media, you can create content to teach the consumer something. At this point, we need to come up with many new ways to show our value to the consumer. So why not showcase your neighborhood or talk about what's available in the neighborhood? We have really great parks in the city of West Chicago, in addition to the swimming pool that has a bucket like the Great Wolf Lodge in Wisconsin Dells. Like, what can you talk about? We're a train hub. We're one of the original locations of the boxcar kids, because we had kids that grew up in boxcars, the train boxcars. Like, what's the history of the city you lived in? We used to have the Campbell Soup Factory. We used to have General Mills. We make flavor ice. If you buy flavor ice, if you're buying those freezers, like the Bomb Bombs, guess what? West Chicago might be making them for you. Like, who knew? Like, talk about what's available in your communities. What's the history of the communities? Go and create content around that. Teach the consumer something so you become the expert. What is your process? Hey, everybody, when you come and work with me, we are not shopping until you're approved. I know you might be frustrated, but the value of getting fully approved is, what if you're approved for $500,000 when you thought you were only going to be approved for 250,000? And maybe you say you only want to purchase that 250,000, but you didn't know that you could buy more. And then you can talk about, when you work with me, I'm going to ask you, what do you really want out of purchasing a home, and what do you want from me? Like, create content and videos. You might even create videos for future clients that are unlisted on YouTube. So before we go further, let me share with you LinkedIn. And what do I mean about writing a blog? This is it. So when you are on LinkedIn, or when you are using ChatGPT, you can open up. Is it what's happening? Oh, it's still thinking. I think we've overloaded ChatGPT today, because they had a major update, and everyone, you can now search the entire World Wide Web, the current to the current date, and it's been slow ever since. All right, so I'm gonna use something else. You could use Canva. Well, there it is. You could also use Perplexity. So, oh, this is major update. So I'm going to go to write, and I'm going to write with, I'll do 4.0 or 4. And I'm going to say, write a blog post for West Chicago, Illinois, explaining the value of our park district and the parks in the city, helping a buyer that wants to purchase a home understand community value. Now, let me tell you, you can write that better than me. Oh, this has been happening all day. Okay. I'm going to do this. Hold on. Let's try it. Let's see if I can make it work again. ChatGPT is really, it's got a mind of its own today. And now you take your mobile device, you go out tomorrow, and you go take some videos. Like, I have a park behind my home. I could take, make sure there's no kids at the park. I could go take a picture of the swimming pool. And so here's my blog post, kind of. Let's see if I can get it to finish. And this is what you do with LinkedIn. And then we'll do some Q&A. Blog in LinkedIn. I had a question today. Well, Carrie, why would I do this? Some of us are posting listings on LinkedIn. And I'm not saying you can't post your listings on LinkedIn. You can. I'm saying, why don't we come up with better ways to market ourselves on LinkedIn? So I'm copying the actual kind of article, Control C. I hop back over to LinkedIn and I'll scroll down and let's see. I'm going to go home. Here it is. I'm going to write an article. And I can write it as Carrie, Caremark Realty Group, or Smart Girl Media. So I'm going to write it as Carrie, say hello to a smoother editing process, get started. And then I'm going to paste my article. I'm going to go back and move the title. Tell me you got to like this. Like, has anyone done this? I would definitely read this article to make sure it makes sense. And now I can upload images. So maybe I took some photos of the park and I can choose next. Tell your network what your article is about. Oh, wait for it. Write a summary of the blog post in 2 sentences or less. There you go. There's my summary. Now, of course, I am recommending that you read this. There's my title. Boom, publish. I'm not publishing it because I don't have any photos. But tell me in the chat, does this help you? Here's the cool thing. And I see the question about what is the difference between ChatGPT, AI Chat, and AI Pocket. ChatGPT is owned by OpenAI. AI Chat is another AI tool that you could use. AI Pocket Chat is basically saying that your artificial intelligence is in your pocket. They're all using the same programming, but the same programmers don't work for the same company. So you can write an article. The same question could be asked Perplexity.ai or Google Bard or Canva. I could have done the same thing in Canva and written this. Now, to me, this is I think that's when they were updating ChatGPT. So there is absolutely no reason why you can't become a blogger. What agents are doing is actually just posting their listings in LinkedIn. Don't you want to be deemed as the professional? That part. So now, here's the other cool thing is you could have in ChatGPT gone to your multiple listing service, grabbed your listing. I am not sure which one I used today.
I'm not sure I understand.
I'm not sure either. So see, this is what happens when you have extensions on your computer. So let me tell you what I did. And let me share it with you and then we'll stop. So I went and grabbed Mark's listing. You can turn this into a white page and a landing page to capture names and emails. You know they are interested in West Chicago. Absolutely. Great tip, Angie. You could also use, like I have a landing page in my MLS. So I could use this landing page. I could use a Google form and I could say, would you like to learn more about the city of West Chicago and maybe purchasing in West Chicago? Absolutely, all day long. So here's what I did is I went and grabbed Mark's listing. Took me a second. I was like, he didn't get another listing. And anyway. And I was using another option to do this, so I'm going to grab the information that's syndicated. Here it is. Control C to copy. Hop back over to ChatGPT and then ask it to write a blog post to showcase my listing. Don't do this for anybody else's listing. It's a violation of license law. That company has exclusive rights to market the listing, to showcase my listing in Oak Brook, Illinois, near a golf course. Paste. Enter. Boom. Oh, maybe. Let's see if it should still be here. Am I wowing you? I'm wowing me. And here's the great thing about this is I can copy this, and because I have the photos, I like that. This makes so many things possible for the introverts, because some of us that are extroverts will wear you out. But this makes, first of all, LinkedIn is a professional social media page. And if you are now blogging, let me tell you what we just did by providing value. We're showcasing the listing for the home seller. And we are also showcasing the listing to help another seller choose us. Because what do we know about a LinkedIn? It's Googleable. Is that a word? So if I'm showcasing the listing and I wrote an article, I am now relevant in Oak Brook. So maybe I'm trying to tap into the Oak Brook market, and I just happen to know someone that gave me a listing. Now I can reach those higher end properties. Maybe I'll post that. Okay, let's do some Q&A.